We are live, I think, with the cursor on the screen, because that's always just gotta be the case, isn't it? It's been a long day. Let's just play some Pokemon, Dragon Ball, Pokemon, whatever. Let's go over the team real quickly, because I did do some, admittedly, Pokeaxing, which was just a weird experience altogether, because this is still just a Fire Red save file at the end of the day. So you can open it in Pokeax and just added the levels and the names and everything. But obviously it won't show you things like Frieza or Goku or Gohan. It'll just show you the Pokédex index number for that specific Pokemon that corresponds to the fighter that you have. So I had like a Primeape and a Charmeleon, and it was real weird. So the names are not quite correct anymore either, because obviously that doesn't really match up. We've got Frieza at level 35 with I-Beam, Kinesis, Double Kick and Death Beam. I don't think the moves changed at all. Maybe some got some new moves. Level 36 Vegeta, which is now Margin. Vegeta with Punch, Big Bang, Explosion and a final Flash. Ozaru with Punch, Crunch, Ozaru Beam and Crush, which is level 36. Level 36 Perfect Cell, somehow, twice evolved, yes. Tail Smash, whatever that thing is, it's Recover, Absorption, and Kamehameha. Teen Gohan Super Saiyan 2, Energy Punch, Mark Punch, Wrath, and Kamehameha. And Cyberman I literally just have because I want to be able to cut down the tree, blocking our entrance to the upcoming gym. I also have a cup of tea because I am freezing. It's very cold. It's also snowing, finally, towards the end of January almost. We're getting the first snow of the entire year, for the entire season, I should say. I'm not saying finally because I'm happy that it's snowing. I don't particularly like snow, but it's been a while. It's been a while since we've had snow, so it's pretty cold. I'm pretty tired. A bit of caffeinated hot liquid. I don't drink coffee, so it's got to be tea. Should help with both. It's way too hot to drink right now. Anyway, Leader Bulma, let's see what you have. In the meantime, I'm going to untie my headphones because I still haven't bought new headphones. And the wires are kind of like broken because like I can actually see the copper inside of the wires. That is pretty much as broken as your wires are gonna get, exposed copper. So yeah, it's a little bit prickly on the neck if you have like these little copper strands tickling you. It's not a good time really. Anyway, this should be... you survived a death beam. That is literally not what a death beam is supposed to do. Anyhow, first cell is dealt with. Frieza, this is not going to be a difficult fight. Let me be frank about that. This is not going to be a difficult fight whatsoever, not even close. The reason I decided to go a couple of levels above Bulma's gym is because right after this we're going to take on our rival and then whatever Giovanni, I think it's Pilaf, in the not Silph. So, oh my god, that still does a lot of damage. And I still don't do a lot of damage. Okay, so we're going to Gohan versus Gohan? Is that what we're going to do? That's what we're going to do. Okay, that's what we're going to do. This should do fairly nicely. And it still doesn't even take you out. Still doesn't even take you out. At least that did. So there's quite a bit of things that we're supposed to do today. How many streams do we have? 1,530. Not 1,530 streams. Are you fucking insane? Experience. How many streams do we have left after this? Oh, let me check real quick. 2 more streams after this. So, whoop, for a change, might actually make it. We probably will make it to at least the Elite 4. Probably the post game, but at least the Elite 4. The post game is where all the wacky shit comes in, like Beerus and Whis, and apparently you can capture Zeno. And Super Shenron, and Jiren, and the Grand Priest, and all those insane characters. That's all, like, end-game, post-game. So we're not going to get to that, sadly, I don't think. You know what? Depending on what next month's community challenge is, we might just like do a week of that. I don't know. Again, it very much depends on what next month. I think it's floor 6 we're supposed to go to, right? Depends on what next month ends up being. If it ends up being something that is not where I was supposed to go, but you know what? It kind of works. If the run is something fun and interesting, I will probably most likely just start it the first week of February. Oh wow. If it is like another run that I've already played or whatever, or maybe it's something that I just like doesn't particularly click with me or whatever, I might just do another week of this because I doubt that I'm gonna need more than one extra week to completely finish. Oh yeah, I did all of this and then the game crashed, so all of these... I did all the grinding manually. I didn't say it. I did all the grinding manually, and then the game just kind of shut itself, really, and got stuck in an infinite loop of a glitched animation. So I wasn't about to do all that again because I did all of the grinding last night, and that wasn't a good time at all. Anyway, where do we go from here? I mean, definitely somewhere along these lines, right? This is where we go. Oh yeah, and we got whatever Leprous turns into, which probably is just that Aqua guy. Okay, here we go. This is the actual difficult battle for today. Let's see what a Death Beam does against Cooler. Oh, that no good. That no good. I'm guessing that means Cooler is a fighting type, which actually makes a lot of sense. So let's do an I-Beam instead. You have Death Ball. Of course you do. That also didn't do that much. Fighting, maybe? Maybe you're fighting Dark. You're fighting Dark, it seems. Frieza's dead. Okay. I probably should have switched out to Cyberman, eh? That probably would have been a good idea. It's a bit too late for that now. Also, I have the XP share. I haven't equipped it on anybody yet, but I have 51 fighters captured, or at least registered. So I do have the EXP share now. That was only your first mon. I think Cooler is his... It's not. Because of course it's not. It's gonna be Gohan. Fuck. I'm gonna Big Bang you. Just because I have... I guess we go Cyberman to take that dive kick. The Cyberman actually did something. That was unexpected. But I appreciate it. Still very, very much unexpected. Let's go into Team Gohan here. And just Energy Punch? That didn't really do that much. Wait a second. Energy Punch is Power Punch? Hold on, I gotta sneeze. Or maybe I don't. Super 13. You should be Steel type. You did take a lot of damage from that Kamehameha. And then one punch should take you out. And now we have Ultimate Gohan. Here we go. Level 40. Ah, that is less than ideal. Let's see what a Big Bang does against Ultimate. That's not a lot of damage. We're going to pull a Vegeta here. Because... priority moves. Always priority moves. A Zoro Beam? What do I have as far as healing items goes? Because I don't really want to redo this fight from the start. I'm going to go full Vegeta, as I said before, and I'm going to explode on Gohan. Explosion should take you out of this range, right? Surely it does. Okay. I was a bit scared there for a second. I won't lie. I was a bit scared that it wouldn't. But we defeated the rival Toru. And something, something, something. What do you give me? You save us. Thank you. I want to... You have to... Android 16. Oh. I'm gonna go with no thanks. But that would have been useful to know a little earlier. That it wouldn't be a duplicate. Because I would have made the whole getting the EXP share a lot easier. Talking about which, I probably should give that to somebody. So let's give that to... What is the lowest member of my team at the moment? Vegeta's pretty powerful. It's either going to be Cell or Freezer. Because Gohan, Vegeta and Ozaru are all pretty powerful. These two are lacking behind a little bit in terms of power. I'm going to give it to Cell because Cell doesn't really have a move pool that's as good as Freezer. I think that is the best choice. Maybe it's not, but at the end of the day, everybody's got to level up about equally anyway. So, here we go. Oh, we actually got a new Dragon Ball here. That is... This is not threatening at all after what I just took out. Hello, Dodoria! I'm your boss. Now you're dead. Oh, you can actually take that. So I instead use I-Beam, and that murders you anyway. The balancing, it might just be a Gen 1 thing, and not necessarily this hack, but the balancing is a bit off. Anyway, that means I think we're going to have 4 Dragon Balls out of 7, which means that we're getting pretty close to being able to summon and capture Shenron. So that is very interesting. You have a Garlic. Not Garlic Jr., you have Garlic. I'm expecting you to be a Dark type. Oh, wow. Yeah, you're a Dark type. That makes 100% sense. So why didn't I use Double Kick before? I probably should have. Probably should have, yeah. Tambourine. I don't know anybody's typing is the issue. That's also... You're also a Dark type? Sure, you survived that. I guess that's fine. And then we have Piccolo, which you're definitely not a Dark type. But you do have Recover, which is going to be bothersome. You know what? We're at the point of my HP at this moment. I don't care about getting one shot anymore. So, have at it. I literally do not give a shit. After this fight, we're going to put Trunks back on the team. Kid Trunks, and he's going to have the EXP share. I just realized that. Then we can probably go... I don't know. I just don't know what we're going to do after this. We can go to Fuchsia. We could go to Saffron City, presumably, which I don't think will have a... I don't think we'll have the Silph building, right? We got a Master Ball, which... Oh god, what are we going to use it on? There's so many options to use the Golden Capsule on. I don't know. There's literally like 20 legendaries in the entire game. Something like that. I can't take your item from here. So we'll do it this way. Item take. Technically speaking, if I wanted to be clever about it, by the way, I can put Frieza in the box and heal him up that way. That does work in Gen 3. In Gen 1 and 2, it actually doesn't, as I learned in through the years. Your Pokemon actually keep the damage they have when you put them in the box. They fix it in Gen 3. I don't know if it's necessarily fixing, because I don't think that was a bug. I think that was just something they didn't think about. The fact that it could heal a Pokemon being put in the box. I prefer that. I very much do. So, weren't we supposed to be able to get the tea now? I thought we were supposed to be able to get the tea after defeating the thing. Well, maybe we're not going to Saffron after all. Maybe just a story event. Yeah, no, I don't think so. Has it been changed back? Has it been changed back to just being this? I don't think that they would do that, or maybe even be able to do that, really. And also you... I'm thirsty. I want something to drink. You see? We have fresh water. I don't know if fresh water will be good enough. Probably. Give her a drink. Fresh water. Yay, fresh water. Thank you. You can have this from me. And you get a crystal out of that. Let's see if this will do the trick. I said I was going to set up a playlist for music so that I can keep using speed button without feeling too bad about it. I kind of forgot about that. Yeah, so that does not work. So where do you get the tea? Where do you get the tea? Because I could go to... It said something about an old woman. There we go. Probably could have done that last episode. Just looking around. Just looking around ends up helping quite a lot, apparently. Now we will finally get the answer. What the hell happened to this city? It's Satin City. Okay. That makes sense. So, wait... They just switched the buildings. They literally just switched the building. So there is going to be... I think I already healed. There is going to be an Eevee to get. It's probably going to be Hercule. It's probably going to be Hercule. I imagine. But Hercule doesn't have any evolutions, does he? I very much doubt it. I would also very much like it if Hercule just has base stats of 1 across the board. That would just be funny. That's a bit glitchy, but can't really fault you that much for it because you did switch around buildings between towns and it's something that's very easy to miss. There's nothing that I ignore like wrote on the blackboard. Blah, blah, blah. There isn't an Eevee in here. Also, what the hell is this map? What? I don't think... Where is that in the original game? Because I don't think that is custom made just for this, right? Oh, of course, Hercule is going to be the... Probably in here, right? Oh, but we do get a choice between... Oh, that's going to be interesting. We do get a choice between Hitmonlee and Hitmonchan here, which... I don't know what that's going to turn into, but that is really the most exciting part about this entire thing. Is just figuring out from context clues what certain Pokemon are going to turn into. And who the gym leaders are going to be and all that kind of good stuff, right? Because we know that there's likely, especially since I'm now fighting these dojo members, we know there's likely going to be a replacement for both Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee. Maybe there's just one Pokemon there instead of 2. There is 2. So what is it going to be? Because it's got to be something unique that we don't have yet. I didn't bring Trunks with me, because of course I didn't. I do wonder, so far we, have we run into Tao Pai Pai yet? Because it could be Tao Pai Pai and Roshi. Matter of fact, I am... Well, no, it's not Tao Pai Pai. It's probably the other dude from the Crane School, right? But that does seem very likely that... Especially with the fighters we're facing here. One is probably Roshi, the other's probably... I don't know what his name is anymore. I have no idea here. I forgot. Master... something, rather. I don't know. I guess we'll figure out soon enough. Because I am, like, 95% sure that that's probably what they're gonna go for. But maybe not. I also hope, against any better judgment... Are you anything special? No. Okay, so you... Popovich... Oh, is it gonna be Yamo and Popovich instead? Wow. Just wow. It might be Yamu and Spopovich instead, which would be It's a little bit disappointing. I was kind of looking forward to it being Roshi. Yeah, it's Popovich or Yamu. Let's take Yamu. Let's just see if we can take the other one. No, we can't. Please be changed. Oh, you are Koga's gym. Then what does Koga's gym turn into? I wouldn't... it's not that big a deal, really, actually. When you think about it. Level-wise, by the time we get to the actual gym leader, which is Hercule, again, I still kind of hope that Hercule is just a pushover, which doesn't really have anything worthwhile. He's likely going to have a... Wait, that means that Hercule probably isn't a fighter. Is Videl a fighter? Because I can see him having Videl on his team, but then who? This is not just Koga's gym. This is a edited version of Koga's gym, I think. Because this feels like it's a lot taller of a map than Koga's gym usually is. Let's switch into, I don't know, Cell. It's not that big a deal. You have Spopovich. So maybe you have Spopovich and Yamu on Hercule's team as well. Because they were involved in like the martial arts storm. Of course, he's going to have Boo. He's going to have Fat Boo. So Spopovich, Yamu, Videl and Fat Boo. That's my prediction for Hercule's team. That makes the most amount of sense to me. Because nothing else makes sense. And so far, well, Bulma had 2 versions of Cell. Which also didn't make a lot of sense. And Gohan, which... That's not even her son. Why the hell didn't she have Trunks? That's a really good question, actually. Why the hell didn't Bulma have Trunks on her team? It's actually kind of difficult to see the invisible walls around here. But I think this is where we're supposed to go. I lost my train of thought there for a second. Not gonna lie. I got jasmine tea instead of lemon. Usually I have green tea, lemon flavor. But I didn't really have that anymore. Because I guess I was just late to the grocery store this week. So when I got there, they... Hold on a moment. I thought I heard something. Never mind. When I got there, they didn't have any lemon. Well, they did have lemon tea, just from like a different brand, and the brand I have right now, they make good shit. So I figured I can go like cheaper lemon tea, because it is a bit more of an expensive brand, but it's like €3 for a box of 25 bags of tea instead of like $2.50. So it is more expensive, yes, but barely. And it's actually a lot better tasting. Like, it actually tastes like lemon rather than just tasting like tea, which tea doesn't necessarily taste bad, but I prefer it if it also tastes like lemon. But they didn't have that, so then the question was, am I going to go for cheaper, pretty much just green tea with like legally enough lemon in it to call it lemon tea? Or am I going to go, we're going to lead with Vegeta here. Or am I going to go for the better quality tea, but a different taste? And I figured, let's do something weird, right? Let's do something weird. Let's try something else out. Let's channel my inner Uncle Iroh. Oh my god, is there something like this, but with Avatar characters? Because I would play the hell out of that. Let's channel my inner Uncle Iroh and get Jasmine tea. And it's not bad. I still prefer lemon, but it's not bad. And he has Super Saiyan Goten for reasons unknown to me at this very time. At least Super Saiyan Goten wasn't an issue. How many fighters do you have? You have Super Saiyan Trunks, I kind of figured that you would. Probably Videl and Boo. Or maybe you also had like a bit of a relationship going on with 18. A very bribery-based relationship, but a relationship nonetheless. So let's see. You have Majin Buu. That makes sense to me. Oh, you take that way too well. You don't take that at all. Okay, that's good to know. And then you have Bojack. Fuck. With Dynamite Kick, that... Sure, yeah. Yeah, that is problematic. That is potentially really fucking problematic, I'm not gonna lie. I'm assuming you're still... Oh, that's not good. Oh, that's real not good. Oh, that's bad. That's real bad for me. I don't know what typing you are. Is my biggest issue at the moment. My other big issue is mostly the fact that you're so fucking overpowered. Let's see what a death beam. Let's not see what a death beam does. Never mind. I swear to God, if Kid Trunks is the one to take out Boo Tanks, I'm gonna lose my shit. You know what? Let Mark Punch just because it outspeeds and it'll kill me otherwise anyway. Okay, that is kind of unpleasant. But now I'm really curious what Koga's gym has turned into. So let's go visit that first. How do we get there easiest? Through Lavender Town is the answer. Because I still do not have Rock Smash, which you apparently need to get through Vermilion instead of the Flute. So we're going to do this in super speed and we're going to see what Koga's gym has turned into. Because I'm expecting that to be Sabrina's puzzle, or at least a modified version of it. I'm really hoping that it isn't because nobody fucking likes that gym. And you would do the entirety of the Pokemon fandom a huge service by not including that in your bullshit. Well, it's not a bullshit ROM hack, but that bullshit in your ROM hack. But you didn't remove Lieutenant Surge's gym either, so I'm not all too hopeful for it, to be honest. But a little bit hopeful, because you've been changing things more so in like map design rather than just sprite changes as we've gotten further into the game. So I figured they switched it. Fuck. Well, let's look up a map, because I'm not doing this. Sabrina gym map. Assuming that he didn't change anything, which would be a real bitch move to do. Okay, so we need to go from number 15. Let's do it the other way. 1. Actually, this is kind of difficult. Okay, so we've got 15 to 13 to 12 to 2 to 1. Okay, so that is 1, 2. I'm not going to fight any of these guys, because, again, I hate this gym. To 12, to 13, to 15. And it's Babidi, so he probably has, like, the Borup, Weep, Majin Buu, and Majin Vegeta? I have no idea what your team, or even your levels are going to be like. But it's probably going to be nothing too great for me. Where is my street? There it is. Okay, you start with a Pui at a beatable level, so let's just... That's probably a priority move, right? I'm gonna assume that's a priority move. Dabura is Big Bang. Let's go for a bit. I need something with Protect. Who am I going to sacrifice here? Let's just sacrifice Frieza, because honestly, Frieza is the most useless thing on the team right now, which I didn't expect to have to say that. I didn't expect to have to say that. Then again, Frieza still has one more evolution coming up in about like 15 levels time. Yakon, of course, that makes sense, yeah. Let's stay in for that. And that's another one that I'm probably going to use Big Bang on. I don't know if that was altogether necessary. And then we have Kid Buu. Let's just Big Bang again. 45. Okay, Kid Buu is significantly less powerful than Bootangs, which, yeah, that does make sense, actually, now that I think about it. So this shouldn't be... You're probably going to heal. You're probably going to heal. Let's just Energy Punch. That does half HP. Okay, sure, we're fine. Barbody wasn't any issue whatsoever. It's mostly just Bootangs itself being an issue, not even the level difference, it seems. So, that should be good. That leaves us with we can now use Surf. Do we even have Surf? We have Surf, but we can't use Surf. Okay, now we... Wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. We got out of it very easily as well. Wow. That means that we now can go... If we use Aqua, because I don't think anything on the team can learn Surf. I think we have the HM and we already checked, but nothing can learn it. Because there's literally only one water type in this entire fucking game, apparently. And that's maybe not even an exaggeration. And he's called Aqua, because creativity. Let's take out Trunks, because Trunks is going to... Actually, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about retiring Frieza, to be honest. Because Frieza hasn't been doing that well for us lately. Then again, neither has Cell, and Cell doesn't have any more evolutions than Frieza does. So let's bank Perfect Cell for the time being, at least just for the part where we have to Surf. Because that's coming up now. Because, again, I do also very desperately need to heal. Again, I don't think I'm quite ready to go to Mr. Satan's gym yet. So let's see if we can get a legendary... we haven't fought you yet, apparently. Let's see if we can get a legendary first in the Seafoam Islands. Whatever that turns into. Like Kaioshin Realm or something, presumably. And then go back to that gym. We're not going to do Blaine's gym yet, obviously. Because that's probably going to be like low 50s, high 40s, low 50s. And we're not ready for that yet. But if we can get a legendary level 50, that might just... Oh my god, it's on Turtle! I should have seen that coming. But I didn't. Now I'm really upset that Turtle isn't actually a fighter. Wait a second. Is there any water encounter? Yeah, there is. It's more Aqua. Because of course it is. It always is. It's literally the only water type in the entire game. There's only one. There's only one. And surfing and fishing and everything. It just gets you this motherfucker. It's real sad. Okay, I've never actually gone through Seafoam Islands this way at all. I always go through Pallet Town to Cinnabar. And I mostly... Hello, King Cold. I don't really need to catch anything anymore because I already have the EXP share. And I probably should have gotten some repels before coming in here. And I usually just end up ignoring Articuno, mostly. But I feel like we really have to at least give it a shot. I don't know what the legendary birds turn into in this. And that is mostly why I want to figure this out. Because I want to know what we get instead of Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. And we can at least get this. Moltres will be a while away because that's on the Savvy Islands. And Zapdos, I honestly don't know how we even get to Zapdos. Oh, I think we get to Zapdos. Oh, I think we can already get to Zapdos. And that's probably a lot easier as well, now that I think about it. I probably should have gone for Zapdos. Wait a sec, we can probably see. Not quite, never mind. Wait, do we need Waterfall for this? Wait, do we not have the currents at all? We don't, and it's Bojack. It's fucking Bojack. Do I even give a shit? I'm gonna save just in case. You're level 45. Let's see how much damage you can take. And how much damage you can deal. That's even more important. I'm not going to waste my golden capsule on you, but I only have 5 ultra capsules. So this is probably not going to go too well for me, because I don't have any status conditions at all. Unless Aqua has any, which is very, very doubtful. Then again, Aqua probably doesn't even deal that much damage against Bojack, which means that we can just keep spamming Surf a bit until we land a critical hit. And lower its HP to red, and maybe, just maybe, we can get Bojack in this capsule. I don't think it even, like, does one wiggle at all. Like, one? It does one. He also seems to only have one move. This is a waste of damn time. I'm not using my golden capsule on this. I'm not. That was something I probably shouldn't have done, but... Am I going to use my golden capsule on this? You know what? He is level 45. He is level 45. It's difficult. It's real difficult. Should I or should I not? If anybody in chat has an opinion, this is the time to let me know. Do we waste our golden capsule, our Master Ball, for those of you who don't know what this is, on Bojack? It would be kind of funny, but also kind of stupid. But maybe also kind of helpful? I don't know. I really don't know. We're going to go to the power plant right after this as well. I'm leaning towards just use it. I'm leaning towards just use it and stock up on Ultra Capsules for Zapdos' replacement. Which, I wonder what that's gonna be. Just for the sheer curiosity of wanting to find out. There we go, Bojack has been caught. That was a thing. I'm not happy about it. I'll be honest, I'm not happy about it at all. Let's go to Cinnabar to get Go Tanks, which is very important. And also to make sure that we can fly back to Cinnabar whenever needed. I think this is the potential exit to a CFO. Maybe. Again, I don't know this place at all. I usually just skip this altogether. I think this is the exit. It is! If I die now, I'm gonna be annoyed. Oh, Freezer's still around. Never mind. I thought I... Oh, I benched Cell, not Freezer. So we're gonna get a Go Tanks. We're probably gonna bring Bojack. At least for right now. And then we'll see what Zapdos turns into, I guess. Maybe. I feel like maybe we can actually take on Blaine, because if I remember correctly, Blaine only has like 2 or 3 Pokemon anyway. They are a very high level compared to mine, but I now also do have Bojack at level 45. So maybe it is doable. Maybe. But that would also lock me into going to the Savvy Islands right away, which I don't... Actually, I think you can skip that. I think somebody, at least in the original games, maybe you just skip it all together in here and they placed Moltres back into Victory Road, which would be very nice. I think somebody told me that in the comment section of a through the years episode, maybe? I don't know what it was. But somebody told me that I think you can actually skip the Savvy Islands. You can just say no. Or maybe it was in the Discord or something. Somebody some time ago told me that we don't actually have to do that if you don't want to. Anyhow, let's bring Gotan. And let's get rid of Aqua. We did heal here, didn't we? That unlocks this Pokemon Center for Flight. I'm probably going to teach Flight to somebody, like, right now. But instead of getting a fossil, we can use the fusion machine somewhere, rather, in here. I think this is the fusion machine. Welcome to the fusion system. Do you know how it works? No. Here you can fuse two compatible fighters into a new, more powerful fighter. Indeed, you cannot merge fighters if they are not compatible. The compatibility depends on various things, but I'm not going to explain that in detail. Before starting, make sure you put one fighter you want to fuse in the first place of your party, and then I will let you choose the other fighter you want to fuse with. About the moveset, your newly fused fighter will have the first two moves of your initial fighter. That is to say, you need to reorder the moves so that your first two moves and then the last two moves. Patara, yeah, but I don't have Patara, so... The special fusion refers to all of the other types of fusion, neither Patara or Metamora thingy Maduiki. Last obvious thing, the fusion is not free. Technology of the fusion is very expensive. 30k. I think I have that. So we start with Trunks. We take away the XP share just to prevent any fuckery with items, because I could see that happening. And then let's go look at your moves. Okay, so Trunks, you will have the Garrick Gun and Mach Punch. And then Gotan will have Double Kick and the Kamehameha. That seems about right. Yes. Do you want to keep the first two moves of your fighter? Oh, the first two moves of both fighters. Yeah, that makes sense. I almost messed that up because I didn't read. Let's switch this around. And then you go there. Okay, let's do that again. What type of fusion do you choose? Metamoron fusion, 30k. That's about half my money, yeah. Please lend me your capsule and wait a little moment. I'm going to start the fusion system. They've been merged. Do I now have Gotenks? Takes a while to get through this entire exposition dump. Do I now have Gotenks? I have Gotenks 2, which is just Super Saiyan Gotenks. Meaning that we can now evolve them again as well. Because we can get Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks eventually. I don't know what level. Presumably somewhere around level 30 would make sense. So let's get Bojack as well and finally teach somebody to fly. Because we haven't had fly for a while. Because I didn't want to really put it on anybody. Because everybody on the team has some amount of use. But I'm probably going to put it on Frieza. Because Frieza is probably going to get shafted sooner or later. Depending on how good Golden Frieza ends up being. I don't know if I can actually... Ozaru cannot fly, that makes sense. Actually, have we ever seen an Ozaru fly? I don't think we have, but theoretically speaking, they should just straight up be able to, right? Frieza's moveset wasn't too bad, so getting rid of any of the moves kind of sucks, honestly. Now let's go back to Makio Town. Because we... once again, are going to need a surfer slave. I was going to say a surfing Pokemon, but no, it's a slave. Let's not make this much nicer than it has to be. It's a slave. I'm going to put away Bojack. Actually, I'm going to check Bojack's moves, because it feels like you literally only had... No, you had more moves. You had more moves. You had Diving Kick. You had Shield. You had Energy Shot, and you had Meteor Punch. Which is a not bad moveset, honestly, I think. It's not great, but it's not bad. Wait, where is my surfing buddy? Wait, where is he? Do I still have him on the team? No. Count me confused. Because this is a different one, right? This is not the one with Surf. This is the one with Surf, never mind. I don't know how I ended up putting him there. But I did. So that's a thing. So with the remainder of my money, I'm going to buy as many Ultra Capsules as I possibly can. And we're going to see what ends up happening here. We can't get Ultra Capsules, at least not in this shop. I think shops in this game that are being Fire Red, not specifically team trainers, are not universal and they're actually dependent on where you shop. I wasn't entirely sure if that was correct, but I'm glad that it was. Okay, 30. With 30, that should be enough. If we can't get it in 30 capsules, we just can't. Depending on what this enemy ends up being, I don't think that'll be worth it to spend so much more time and money on it. So this should be, yeah, this is the power plant. This is not going to be relevant at all, is it? We got a Z drink. What wild fighters are you going to have in here? Oh, this is where you get Garlic Jr. And we can't escape due to the dead zone. That means that you're going to get deaded. You're dead. You're dead. Very dead. I'm not even going to bother with this puzzle. Is this... Wait a second. Is the power plant mirrored? It feels like the power plant is being mirrored here. This is just annoying, honestly. Yeah, it really feels... It feels rather mirrored. Maybe it's not. I'm fairly certain that this is just a mirror power plant. Let's give the EXP share... Give the XP share back to Gotenks, just because Gotenks is gonna fucking need the experience to catch up. And... then what do we do? Again, these are the optional things that I usually don't do in Gen 1. Is going after legendary birds and stuff like that. But since we are in a position where we kind of have to, since everything has been changed. Maybe there's a Dragon Ball in here as well. That would be neat. We can't use our... Oh, I just realized. Using that golden capsule on Bojack means that we can't use it on Shenron. Or Super Shenron. I just realized I don't think you can actually get Porunga. Or like Zeno or the Grand Priest or whatever. So... that might have been a bit of a waste. Then again, you can't use them on all of them anyway, so... maybe it's not that big of a waste. Yeah, this is not a mirrored version of the power plant. Never mind, I was just being stupid. So what is Zapdos gonna be? Zapdos... oh, it's gonna be the dude from Plant to Eradicate the Super Saiyans. I never know how to pronounce it. If you watch Team 4 Star, this is Super Santa. Oh, you take that very well. I don't like how well you're taking my attacks at all. Oh, that is not good. That is very not good. 30 capsules. Okay, we can do this. We can do this. Probably shouldn't have wasted. Ah, wow. Let's just punch it. I didn't think that was gonna work. Worth a shot. I didn't save. I didn't save before starting the encounter. I am fucked. If I don't capture this thing, I am fucked. And this thing is gonna one-shot everything on my team. I am so fucked. Probably should have brought Bojack. I realize that now, yes. That might have been a good idea. You know what? I'm not gonna die. I refuse to die. If it comes down to that, I'd rather destroy him. I'd rather kill him. We've got one of the legendary birds, which isn't a bird. Or really legendary in any way, shape or form. Which is good enough. Let's see if we can go take out Satan's gym with that. We can. Spoiler, we just straight up can. I don't know if Bojack has an evolution. Probably he does, but it feels real weird for Bojack to have an evolution due to the whole being a legendary thing. And we can fly now. I need to get used to the idea of being able to fly. That's definitely the wrong place to fly to, though. This is where we're going to go. Satan City. All hail Satan. I guess I'm a Satanist now. Aren't we all? Deep down, aren't we all Satanists? We all love Satan. This sounds real weird to anybody who's never watched Dragon Ball. Which again, I know, is a joke Team 4-Star has made, I think, at least once. Probably more than once, is what I guess. So, this is not the difficult part of the fight at all. It's Bootangs that I had trouble with. And a lot of trouble at that. So, I still don't know what Bootangs' typing is. I'm assuming Dark type, at least somewhat, right? Let's stay with Vegeta for this one. This should be super effective. It is. I want to test out if Punch is super effective against Bootangs first. It's not. So you're probably Dark Psychic? I'm also having way less trouble with this fight than I was last time around. Which doesn't seem very fair. Because I'm not that high leveled compared to the last time I did this. Bojack, here we go. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. What is the most powerful thing I have on Bojack? Because I'm only going to be able to pull off one attack. So we have Diving Kick at 85. 95. Gotta be a Meteor Punch. You outspeed. You would outspeed. You would. You would outspeed. Of course you do. So you're gonna sweep me again. That's what's gonna happen here. Yeah? That is what's happening? Sure. Let's see what Ozaru Beam does. Still does fuck all. I guess Crush might be. Maybe Crunch, actually. All I can do against this guy is just chip away at him. I think a Mark Punch at this range will actually kill it. It didn't! But he didn't move. I won. I won. Sure. Which means that now I think we have 6 badges. We do. So, time to go to Blaine right away? I don't think there's anything else that we can really do. Yeah, because there's no Cinnabon. Is there a Cinnabon Mansion? I don't think there's a Cinnabon Mansion. There is a Cinnabon Mansion, so we have to do that first, presumably. Yeah, we do. I wonder what's going to be in here. Enigma Mansion. Is there going to be anything interesting in here? Doubtful. Very doubtful. Other than something that looked like a butthole on a statue. This is not a part where I always get thoroughly confused as to where I'm supposed to go. I don't even know what the hell you are. Oh, wait a second. Isn't that... that's GT stuff. I don't know GT that well. I think that is GT stuff. The guy we just ran into. Isn't that one of the, like the characters that makes you dance? Which sounds really silly if you haven't ever seen Dragon Ball GT. I think that is one of those dancing dudes, which only shows up in like one episode and then at the end of the series again. I think so. I don't want him. Again, now that I've gotten over 50 captures, I don't need any more. So the only things that I'm gonna waste any like capturing stuff on, any capsules, that's what I was looking for, the word, is the only things that I'm actually gonna want. I'm gonna fuck this up, am I? I'm not. This is actually where I was supposed to go. Neat. This is usually where you get Blizzard. I'm assuming that you still get a TM around here. It's probably not going to be Blizzard, if I had to guess. But what will it be? Maybe it'll actually be an encounter, because this seems like it's an area that's linked to at least something. Or we get a Senzu. That also works. Let me get a sip of water, because I've got a bit of a dry mouth. I haven't been hydrating enough today, I don't think. And that is a one sip of water, which should be good for like another 3 hours of just straight up talking. That is a joke. I'm gonna like just leave in an hour. Oh yeah, this is the stupidest fucking thing ever. I still don't understand what this is for, but wait, that's supposed to lock you in here. There's one room where you can lock yourself in, and there's literally nothing else you can do. Maybe that is... Wait a second, that's TM8. I skipped over what that actually was. Doesn't really seem too useful. Maybe I just misremembered that room. It would be very stupid if there's just a room with a button that locks you in. And then locks you out again. And this should be in... Turtle suit? Hold on. Does that give you more experience? An item held by a fighter, the turtle school uniform. It brings extra experience points in battle. Yes. I don't know why I gave that to Vegeta, because Vegeta's definitely already one of the most powerful members of the team, but sure. And then we have a Nimbus somewhere around here, I'm pretty sure. 3 of them even. And we have the key to the gym. And with that, we can go beat some ass. And wait a second, we can just... Is this going to be Dragon Ball trivia? Hold on, is this going to be Dragon Ball trivia now? Please tell me it's Dragon Ball trivia. Is Frieza a Namekian? No. he might just be the opposite of a Namekian. Also, this trainer's here for literally no reason whatsoever. There are 8 Dragon Balls. No, there's 7. Ask Sonic about that. He should know a thing or two about stealing Dragon Balls. Bardock is Goku's father. Technically, he's Kakarot's father, but I'll take that as a yes. If it was no, I would have accepted that, because it could be a trick question. Then again, the special is literally called Bardock, father of Goku. So, was Dr. Wheelo a scientist of the Red Ribbon Army? No, he was not. He was in a separate movie altogether. I know way too much about this shit. Is Zarbon a member of the Ginyu Force? He fucking wishes he was. And this should be the last question. I could do this all day, honestly. If you just give me a Dragon Ball trivia quiz, I would just do that as a video, probably. Get it wrong, trainer, stuff, shit. Roshi is 70 years old. No, he's like 360 or something, right? I don't know Roshi's exact age, but supposedly... And there we have Roshi. Do you have questions in here as well? You do not. It makes sense that Roshi is Blaine. He's 774 years old. There we go. We don't even need to look it up. You have 4 Pokemon, which is going to be Krillin, Goku, Yamcha, and Roshi? Maybe? Would Roshi use himself? He probably would use himself. I kind of underestimated the level difference, I'm going to lie. And our Gotenks. Why? I mean, sure, but why? Exactly. Do you have Gotenks? Okay, that could have done more damage. I am very lucky with the amount of misses you're getting, because I feel like if you even hit me once, that is endgame for me. And okay, that went fairly well. And Buhan. I'm not taking any chances. We go in Bojack for this, which seems to be very much necessary, because... Oh, wow. Oh, this is... That ain't good. That ain't good at all. Ozaru? Because it's... you can take a beating. At least one. One hit you can take, right? Barely, but you can. There's no chance in hell that you're outspeeding him, is there? No, there isn't. I guess you can Mach Punch him? Once and then die? And then back into Gohan and... You also have Mach Punch. That might do a thing. This is gonna be a close one. It's not gonna be a close one. Never fucking mind. Anything I can do... Not really. I mean, I have things to revive. But it's not gonna help against a level 47 son of a bitch. So I just lose. I'm gonna need to, like, level up a lot. Like, at least level 40, probably level 45 across the board. So where do we do that? Because I don't think we really have... Yeah, we don't have any other gyms to go through. Probably should have battled the gym trainers in that other gym. Admittedly. Probably should have done that. But it's a little bit late for that now. So, instead, what do? What do indeed? We have... I guess the Seafoam Islands, but it's kind of bothersome to go back and forth, but it has the highest level wild encounters that we can get to at the moment. Is that true? That is probably true. Well, that means that we do have to put away... If you have the Versus Seeker top of Cycling Road is a good grinding spot. I don't have a bike, and I don't have a Versus Seeker either. I know the bike is fairly easy to get. I have no idea where you get the Versus Seeker in this game. So, if you know where I get the Versus Seeker... Even, I'm assuming it's in the same place as it is in Fire Red. I would very much like to do that, but it doesn't look like... No, I don't have it. But I'm going to go ahead and get a bike, because that is Viridian Pokemon Center. That is very good to know. So I guess we're going to do that. That's this one, right? You give it to me? You give it to me. Doesn't look like it. This is Viridian. So they might have changed it. Is what I'm hearing. Vermilion. Okay. Let's go to Vermilion instead. Oh yeah, definitely this lady gives it to me, right? Yeah, okay, so we have one. And then we also have the thing we need for the bike in here. So it's very nice. I always mixed up Viridian and Vermilion as well. Don't worry about that. And his eye patch is impressive, isn't it? Did you come here to hear about my story? Sure. And we get a bike voucher for that. And then with that, we go to Namek. Because we need to go all the way to Namek for a bike. Even if your brain wasn't a bit slow due to waking up, I totally understand the mix-up between... Hold on a moment, we can do some surfing here, can we? We can't go into the Beerus Cave yet, never mind. But we can go to a... Wait a second, we can go to a separate new area around... Oh. Okay, you're gonna have like level 10 Pokemon, this is not gonna be an issue. We can get to a separate new area around here now that we have Surf. No, we cannot. Never mind. That was probably in a different hack. I'm getting all things mixed up real badly. What I do know is that we can now... We have Fly, by the way, which is probably the single most important thing that I've done today, is teach somebody Fly. And then put the Versus Seeker on register. Get on top of my bike. Don't you also give me something? Hold on, you also give me something. You don't give me something, never mind. And this is where we go for grinding purposes. Okay, so we have 2 experience gaining items. We have what is essentially the Lucky Egg, and we have the EXP share. So this shouldn't be too big of a deal at all. It's going to take a while. Still going to take a while because we need to gain a lot of levels. But if this is the fastest way to do it, which it seems like it definitely is, because there's a lot of trainers very close to each other, Versus Seeker is going to make it easy to rematch them. They don't really have great mons as far as experience yield goes so far though, which is a bit too bad. Well, usually the Android type Pokemon are pretty... it could be better, could be worse. Maybe some Ginyu-Falls. I do need to remember they're also like 10 levels lower than me. I'm instant killing most of them. And I'm still gaining like a level without too much trouble here. So maybe it's not that bad. And don't the enemies also like gain some levels? It's also good money grinding as well. That's not necessarily something that I'm worried about right now, because I don't have a lot of things that I need to fuse. Though, if I can get a Boo, I can maybe... No, I can't get a Boo-hon, because you need normal Gohan for that. Adult Gohan, not Teen Gohan, I assume. But maybe, if I can get a Boo, I can get a Boo Tanks, which would be very welcome. But it would be expensive as well. So for that, money would actually be kind of welcome. But I mostly care about experience right now, because other than that, money is useful for potions, I guess, yeah. That's the thing. And otherwise just capsules, but there's nothing too important that I actually want to capture. I guess Moltres, or whatever Moltres turns into, because we failed to capture Zapdos. We got Bojack, because we used a Master Ball on it. Boo is a rare spawn in Safari Zone. I've done a lot of Safari Zoning and I cannot find Boo, so I'm just waiting until... I think it's also in Victory Road, right? I'm just waiting until then for getting Boo. Because I just, for the life of me, can't encounter him. It's probably the replacement for Chansey, which makes sense because they're both pink blobs of annoyance. And I rarely ever get a Chansey as well. I think it's probably literally a 1% chance, maybe even less. But I think chance is 1%, so it's probably 1%. And I'm not about that. That is way too low. I'm not doing that. So we're not getting any Boo Tanks anytime soon, is what I'm saying. But Gotenks himself is leveling up nicely due to the XP share. More common in Victory Road. Yeah, we'll probably catch Boo in Victory Road and then wait until we get Super Boo. Fuse him with Gotenks. And we'll have Bootanks in the spot that Gotenks occupies now. And I'm still... Frieza's definitely on the chopping board. Because Frieza has not been pulling him, his weight at all. Frieza's been doing kinda badly, honestly. And I know that he still has an evolution, so I'm waiting out for that. But if that evolution doesn't deliver, Frieza's getting chops off. Like, he's getting yeeted off the team, like, instantly. We already dropped Cell, because Cell was also, without any more evolutions in, well, ever, he wasn't doing too hot, so we yeeted Cell away for Bojack. Because Bojack, while not being fantastic himself, at least is level 45. Which is a good start. I do wonder if we're going to make it through that gym today. Maybe if I just get Vegeta up to a decent enough level, that can be enough. I don't know. I don't really want to grind up everybody to level 45 on stream, because that seems a little bit tedious to do. Golden Frieza's a good fighter. I had him in my final team. So that is kind of why I wanted to keep Frieza around, because I figured that they wouldn't make Frieza underpowered. That wouldn't make a lot of sense to me. It just seemed like it's probably gonna be a little bit underwhelming until Golden Frieza. So that's why I'm keeping Frieza around, and if you're saying that is actually the case, that makes a lot of sense to me. So I guess that's what we'll do. Frieza. And then at some point when if we end up getting things like Beerus and Whis and stuff like that, we'll probably start switching out things like the Ozaru and then maybe Team Gohan. And Bojack. I'm probably going to switch out Bojack as one of the first, to be honest, because he doesn't seem that good. To be fair, this might be a bit of a hot take. I don't think it is. In Gen 3 at least, the legendary birds aren't that good either, so that makes sense. Sky Uppercut, that seems... Actually... I mean, it's literally better than Double Kick, so yeah. The only thing that I thought Double Kick is like 2 hits, but even then you get 60 damage, which... Or 60 power, which is less than 85, so that makes that decision very easy. I've never had so much fun in my life. So how's life? Because I don't have anything else to talk about as long as we're just stupidly brain-dead grinding. Honestly. And matter of fact, at least I can level up 2 characters at once. Because I have the EXP share, which is a huge fucking help. Battery isn't charged enough. I need to go heal up anyway. Life's quite good. That is wonderful to hear. That is a wonderful indeed. It's been quite decent for me as well, frankly. It's been... Well, not the best, obviously, but generally speaking, I've been doing kind of well. I've been, like, actually, like, feeling happy at certain times, which is... Well, it's not like that rare. But just like feeling full on happy without like being too like worried or stressed out of your mind. It's a nice feeling. It is a nice feeling, which is it's not a common feeling necessarily. Those feelings aren't mutually exclusive though. I mean, you can be stressed and worried and happy at the same time. So that's not to say that I'm just like a big ball of nerves and like depression all day long. It's just like actively feeling happy isn't usually a huge part of like my emotional range. As you probably have figured out by now, right? I mean, I'm a decently negative kind of person a lot of the time. It's kind of how I deal with shit. Also, I do play it up on recordings and on camera a little bit more, just for like, because it's like more engaging. But it's not that far off from like how I just am, which is to say cautiously pessimistic, to say the least. Within reason. That is the important part to that. Within reason. Because if you let go of that within reason part, you get paranoid. Which I don't think I am, but if I were, would I know? That is a question. That is a question. The same thing as, I don't think that I'm insane, but would I think that I am insane if I am insane? I don't think that I would think that I am insane if I'm insane. But even if I were insane, I could think that I wouldn't think that, but still be it while I think that I'm not. And now that everybody has had a fucking seizure from trying to understand my weird-ass logic, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe to the channel, and you probably already are, and members is a thing, and look, this is what happens when I don't have anything to talk about. I just start doing the standard YouTuber bullshit promotion talk. It's kind of just like a way to fill air, frankly. It's a way to fill air and please the YouTube algorithm overlords at the same time. It's a win-win. Even though one party kind of loses out on interesting commentary, and that is everybody except YouTube and me, which is most people. Anyway, what level are we at? We're level 44 with Vegeta, which means that we'll probably get to 45 soon enough, and then we can start leveling up a different fighter. Yeah, you're not gonna refight me unless I use the Furiosa Seeker. That's how the Furiosa Seeker works. It's not that difficult. Really should have figured that out a little bit quicker. Gotenks is 37 now. Which means Gotenks is pretty much on par with the rest of my team now, level-wise. Which makes him still 10 levels too low to face Master Roshi's team. I do wonder what the last gym is going to be, though. I do wonder, because I have no idea. North City, I think it is, right? Well, it can't be North City, can it? That would be weird, because it's not very north, it's east. So it's probably East City. Who would be the gym leader for that? I think we've run out of major characters that aren't fighters. But every time I think we've run out of major characters, something pops up. Is it? No, it can't be Dr. Gero. Because he's Android 20. So, groups. Viridian North City is in the east. It's Pilaf. Of course it's Pilaf. Usually it's Giovanni. And Giovanni has been turned into Pilaf before. It's Pilaf. That makes perfect sense. Probably should have figured that out earlier as well. Because we literally just faced Pilaf like an hour ago. So it's kind of a shame that I forgot about that. I do seem to remember that rematching with the Furiosa Seeker does increase the levels. Does not seem like that's the case in Fire Red Leaf Green. Is that a Gen 4 thing? Or is that an Emerald thing? That's probably a Gen 4 thing. Energy Punch! Finally you get something more useful. A lot more useful, actually. So level 45 was worth it for Vegeta. Now, who is up next? I guess let's go with Team Gohan, because I think Team Gohan might be the most useful team member we have after Vegeta. And give him the turtle suit. It increases post-league. Oh, that's it. That's it. That makes sense. I don't know why I'm going back to the Pokemon Center, even though I just switched to a new fighter. Because surely I'm not going to use Vegeta anymore now that he's level 45. Maybe I will. So this is what we probably will be doing for the rest of today. I don't know, just energy punch. It doesn't really matter what I use as long as I just murder everything. How much money do I have by now? I'm just back up to 38,000, so I'm not actually making that much money. Probably if I had the amulet coin equipped, I'd be making more money, but I care more about experience than money at the moment. Somebody be texting me. A lot of people, actually. Holy hell. Nothing important. That's good to know. So it increases post league. So that should be not too far from now, really. Because we only have to do 2 more gyms. And the Savvy Islands. Which I probably will end up doing the Savvy Islands just for experience purposes. But also partly... There we go. Also partly to get to Moltres. Because obviously Moltres, whatever Moltres turns into, that is... could be a useful addition to the team. If I don't accidentally... I won't be as underleveled for it. For Zapdos, I was severely underleveled, which probably wasn't a good idea to go in at like level 35 across the team. So I had to kill it. I went in a little bit underprepared. For Moltres, I won't have that issue. I also have no idea what Moltres will be. But presumably it'll be something good. Oh, it's Broly! If it's Broly, I definitely want to do the Savvy Island. Oh, we have Gotenks Super Saiyan 3 now. Learning Key Bomber. Actually... no. I'm gonna say no to that. If it's Broly, I definitely want him, right? Is there 2 different Brolys in this? Is there a Dragon Ball Z Broly and a Dragon Ball Super Broly? Because those are very different characters. I can see why they wouldn't switch those. Like, there is 2 different Brolys. Okay, so where's the second one? I could definitely like understand if they just melded them together into one Broly, because for the purposes of this ROM hack, it wouldn't be that like outrageous to not have 2 different Brolys, even though, again, they are very different characters. Like, one of them is a whiny bitch who doesn't deserve any popularity, and the other one is actually an interesting character. Post League are right above the 1 million. Okay, so there is a second Broly. That's good to know. Having the... I'm assuming that Moltres is Z Broly, and then Post League is Super Broly. Having Z Broly still would be really cool. That's probably deserves a spot on the team, honestly. If I can get him, which is an entirely separate matter from wanting him, if I can get him on the team, I'll probably end up putting Broly on the team. Yeah, Broly and Broly R. What does the R stand for? Like redone? Broly R is post game. I'm assuming Broly R is a super variant. But why R? That's a bit confusing. Why not Broly S? It's a new one at least. Sure. we can have 2 Brolys on the team. That would also be kind of nice, right? 2 Brolys? We're not going to do that because we can only have 6 members of the team, and there's so many things that I want to have on the team. And frankly, I need something with a status condition move. Because if I can't put things to sleep or paralyze them, especially in Gen 3 with the catch rates and mechanics in Gen 3, catching things is pretty difficult in Gen 3 without putting them to sleep. Mostly Gen like 5 and onwards is not that big of a deal. Gen 3, it's kind of difficult. Anyway, Gohan is level 40 already, so things are going well. What level is Gotenks? 38. But he is Super Saiyan 3. So that is the thing. Is this getting tedious yet? A bit? I'm still really annoyed that we didn't get Hadouken, because that would have been really nice to have as well. It's not a character that I particularly like. Period. It's not a character that I particularly like because it's not a character. It's an obstacle. Spoon is the only one I found with sleep. I'm assuming you mean Tapion is the only one. If anyone has a status move, I didn't notice. So where can I get Tapion? Because that is a valuable thing to have. And I'm assuming it's probably a post league capture as well. Because it's an important character in its respective movie. It's a very popular character. And sleep is just a very powerful thing for catching things, so you don't want to give that away too early if it's only on one fighter. Just like Surf is only on one fighter, apparently. The only fucking thing that can learn Surf is the only water type in this entire damn game. Which is a bit annoying. At that point, just make it an item. Just make it the turtle whistle. Because you're not even surfing on Aqua, you're surfing on Turtle, which isn't even a character in the game. Just make it an item. I don't know if that's very, like, technically possible within Gen 3. But I'm sure it is technically possible to program the HMs to be key items. I don't doubt that it's possible. It might be, like, a bit tricky, but it should be possible, right? Depending on how it works, I'm obviously no programmer, so it's very easy for me to complain about stuff. While it might be very difficult to actually implement the things that I complain about, I am aware of this. But I'm assuming that it can't really be that difficult, because there is just something, like, coded for what happens when you use a Pokemon with a certain HM. You can just tell the game to execute that bit of code when you activate an item, right? So it shouldn't be that difficult. Maybe I'm missing something entirely. Maybe it's way more complicated than that. It probably is. It probably is way more complicated than that. Can you stop reading my thoughts? Thank you. But it seems like it could be as easy as that. So I'd appreciate it if you did that. I think there's actually ROM hacks that do that, but I don't know if it's Gen 3 ROM hacks specifically that also do that. Obviously, like, Gen 7 just does that. Not as an item, but as an entirely separate mechanic. And all 6 want to refight me. That is actually very nice. But I think I've seen it before in ROM hacks as well, and I always appreciate it, because nobody likes HMs. I don't know how Gen 8 deals with HMs. I don't think there's any HMs in Gen 8 either. Yeah, because the Corviknight, like, taxi system is your replacement for Fly. There are Gen 3 hacks that do that. Yeah, okay, so I'm not going insane. There is precedent for it. So please just, everybody who ever makes a Gen 3 ROM hack again, implement that. Take out Lieutenant Surge's gym, at least a puzzle. Take out Sabrina's gym puzzle. Those are the 3 things every Gen 3 ROM hacker should do. And if at all possible, also, like, look into physical special split, because... And the Gen 5 learn sets. Frankly, oh, okay. If there was a ROM hack of Fire Red, Leaf Green, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, I don't care. A Gen 3 ROM hack that would put in the Gen 5 learn set, specifically Gen 5. It can be Gen 6, I don't care. Actually, let's go with Gen 6, because you can also introduce Fairy type that way. That introduces Fairy type, Gen 6 move or learn sets, reusable TMs, fixes the stupid-ass gyms in Kanto, and introduces the physical special split. Just a quality of life Gen 3 improvement. ROM hack, and I know there's ROM hacks that do at least some of that, and then also take out HMs and replace them with items. If there's a ROM hack that does all of that, that is definitely going to be the way that I want to play Gen 3 going forward. Because those are literally my only problems with Gen 3. Other than that, I love Fire Red Leaf Green. I don't like the Savvy Islands that much, but other than that, I love Fire Red Leaf Green. I love Emerald even more. Ruby Sapphire is tolerable as well. Oh yeah, the bike replaces stuff in Gen 8. That is entirely correct. I forgot about that. That's also a decent way to do it. It might actually be a better way to do it, because you don't really have to think about it, right? Bike just does shit when... Like, when you bike up to water, it just turns into the water bike, right? You don't have to actually do anything for it. There might be a hack that does that, but I don't know any that does all of them. Yeah, that is exactly the issue that I have as well. I know there's hacks that do all of those things pretty much separately. I think there's at least one hack for every one of those points I've made. I know there's hacks that like implement fairy type early. There's actually a decent amount of them at this point. I know there's a lot of hacks, or at least some hacks. I shouldn't say a lot. I know there's hacks that give the physical special splits in Gen 3. I know some hacks fix the bullshit gyms in this game. And apparently there's also hacks that do the HM replacement thing. So all of those things have been at least done separately. I don't know if there's a hack that does all of them in the same run. If so, please do inform me about it, because I want to play that. Because that sounds like the definitive way to play Gen 3 and maybe Pokemon in general. Once you get the upgrade for the bike, it just lets you ride on water. Yeah, exactly. And then you have the Corviknight system for Fly, which I guess that means you can't use Fly in like a route or in the wild area. But that's generally not really like that big of a deal, right? You can just go to a town and then go to another town over. I think that's actually a bit better of a fast travel system, because that's how fast travel works in every other RPG ever. And Gohan is getting close to level 45 as well, so we're actually going through this quickly enough to the point where I'm starting to think that we can take on Master Roshi in today's stream. You can fly from anywhere. Okay, never mind. I didn't think you could just fly from everywhere. I like it when you can't do that in games, because it makes it a little bit too easy to get around. It depends on the type of game. It depends on a lot of things, actually. Like, Skyrim is a very good example, right? Skyrim is definitely a game where you don't want to just fast travel everywhere. Because part of the charm of that game, as broken and wacky, and I'm very sorry to say this, but not very good as a game as it is, the game has the most amount of value in just wandering around and random shit happening to you, and you're really feeling like you're going on a adventure that wasn't exactly pre-programmed. It's just running into shit that happens in the world and dealing with that. That is the most amount of fun you'll ever have in Skyrim. But due to the fact that fast traveling is so goddamn easy in that game, a lot of people will probably end up missing out on the most fun part of Skyrim, which is just wandering around, running into random shit. Matter of fact, I actually kind of think that it probably may be better if fast travel is just taken out of Skyrim altogether. And if there is a Skyrim fast travel system, just only use the horse carts, not the other fast travel system, which, why is there even two fast travel systems within the same game? That doesn't make any sense. No restrictions, you'll get the ability to fly really early in Gen 8. I don't know, for Pokemon purposes, I guess it's kind of okay. I don't know. I kind of like the idea if you're stuck on a route, especially for Nuzlocke, which I know that's not how the game is quote-unquote intended to play, but still. Especially for Nuzlocke, I kind of like the idea that, I mean, if you have Fly and your team is all at like red HP, you can just fly to your Pokemon Center and heal. if you couldn't do that and you could only fly from town to town, you would have to make it through the wild Pokemon in the grass before you could heal. And it actually would give some chance of something dying to a wild fucking Pokemon. It's a small chance, but it's a chance. And I would actually kind of prefer that. So I was very excited there for a second when I thought that Gen 8 finally did that. And finally got on board with like normal fast traveling systems. Seems like they didn't do that. And I understand, it's like... It's only really relevant if you're doing a Nuzlocke, because outside of that, it doesn't really matter if your Pokemon just dies on your way back to the Pokemon Center, because you're going to go back to the Pokemon Center anyway, so it's going to be healed in a moment. And you can't design a game around what a community like comes up for strange challenges with, right? I would argue that you can at least like pay attention to it and take some lessons out of it and give some options for the community to use, but we know that Nintendo don't like that, and Game Freak probably also isn't a huge fan of that idea. So Ozaro's next. Somebody care to explain to me how this giant fucking monkey is going to be wearing this child-size costume? I ignored it for most of the game, never flew anywhere until post-game. You see, that is probably the best way to do it, because for the most part, unless you're going all over the place, back and forth, it's usually just better to walk from place to place than it is to fly, because fast traveling, by and large, while it is a nice quality of life thing, and I use it a lot when I play games myself, don't get me wrong, but it kind of oftentimes breaks up the flow of the game, in my opinion. Because you're just suddenly somewhere else entirely. Whereas if you fast travel to a city, again, I'm going to keep Skyrim as an example because it's an open world game where fast travel does the most amount of damage. If you just walk towards a city like Winterfell in Skyrim, you'll gradually get to see the landscape around you change, and you'll remember. You'll roughly remember the location and where things go, and you'll take things in one step at a time. You'll remember things, and you'll really get to learn the area a lot better. If you just fast travel, you're just suddenly in the middle of bumfuck nowhere and the snow everywhere, and you have no idea where you are, and you don't remember anything as a result either. And that is aside from all of the random bullshit that didn't happen to you while traveling there, which is, again, Skyrim's main selling point. It's the one thing that game does really, really well, fairly well. I don't like fast travel, generally speaking. I know it's a finger puppet. What? I think I missed something about finger puppets there. Sure. Oh, the Ozaro thing. Yeah, no, yeah. I was just ranting about Skyrim again, so I entirely forgot about the fact that I was talking about the child-sized costume. When does Ozaro evolve into Golden Ozaro? Because if that's soon, that might also help out quite a bit. Because Ozaro is actually a strong, very strong team member. Can take hits very well, can deal hits out very well as well. That being said, not that well, apparently. You know what we're going to do? The Ozaro is seemingly having some issues here. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to take this away from you. We're going to give you the turtle suit. And we're going to use Gotenks as the main fighter. Only needs 3 more levels. By that time, the Ozaro will be in shape, hopefully, to take up the main fights, and we can give the EXP share to Frieza, because Frieza is a useless piece of crap. I probably should have done that a little bit more to the right. Well, that's too late now. Yeah, so this should just instant kill everything. And Gotenks is already almost level 43, so maybe it's not going to make that big of a difference for the Ozaru after all. I must say, the viewership for this specific stream is actually doing fairly well, which makes me happy, because I like seeing a number that's higher than 1 on, like, current viewers. But it's been consistently at, like, 3, 4, even 5 at times, which means that also for watch time, sorry to get into, like, the analytics behind YouTube, but you know that's what I do. That's also good for the watch time. Golden Ozaru at 45, so that's exactly the thing we're aiming for. That's great. That is really, really good. Gotenks has a very nice level curve, doesn't he? The Ozaru seems to need a lot of experience to level up. Gotenks is just blasting through these levels. Like, even just 200 experience, like, here, 423 experience. That's a decent amount of his bar at the level he's at the moment, so I don't think I can really complain about that at all. Other than the fact that Ozaru is not going to really level up in the time that we're going to get Gotenks to level 45. But if that's your complaint, that's not really a good complaint. Because that just means that we're done sooner with Gotenks. And I guess we can just go into Frieza if need be. Because I think Frieza will be offensively a little bit more capable than the Ozaru. Because of the insane defense and HP stats. Mostly defense. Well, actually both, I think. From the Ozaru, its offensive capabilities are a little bit lower, naturally. It's still very powerful, just it doesn't do as much damage on the same level as the rest of my team. Which makes sense. Makes total sense. I don't hate it for it, I just strongly dislike it. Sometimes you need a bit of defense, especially with the legendaries coming up. Having something that can just tank some hits will be a very, very good thing to have. And you know what is also very, very good? If everybody's level 45 by the end of this stream, that means I don't have to grind off screen between today and next week. Because I almost forgot this week as well. Like I said, I literally did all the grinding last night and then the game crashed and then I just Pokeaxed everything up to the proper level. Which might have messed up some names here and there. As well as might have missed out on a move or two. But honestly, it's not that important. Because most of the things we're missing out on we probably get replaced anyway, right? Again, as you can see, already getting close to level 45. It's wonderful. Figures that as soon as I mention that I'm happy with the viewer amount, one of them drops. Fuck that guy, we didn't need him anyway. I kinda did, actually. And there goes my water bottle. The cap was on, don't worry. It just fell over. So what we were talking about before I went into a side tangent of a side tangent of a side tangent of a side tangent of a side... Did we have a topic of discussion that was actually worth something other than me just talking about the game? I never talk about the game. Why would I ever talk about the game? What self-respecting Let's Player actually talks about the game? Because that just don't happen. Let's Players do not talk about the game they're playing. That's the first rule of Let's Plays. Don't talk about Let's Plays. It's been a long day, okay? Just let me have a bit of fun here. Just let me ramble, have a bit of fun, and just indulge me. That's all I'm asking. Just let me be me for a bit. And then we, in like 15 minutes, we can just end the stream. And you can go your separate ways. And we'll see it again here next week. And we're going to go into this, like, vicious circle of getting me views, really. That's actually what it comes down to. That being said, these streams do end up getting some amount of views even after they've been live streamed as like video on demand, which I frankly didn't expect. Because when I end the stream, it tells you like so many unique viewers, peak concurrent viewers, and then in the YouTube dashboard it tells you as a video how many views it has, and that does increase by at least a not insignificant number. So that's not just 1 or 2, it's at least 3, because 3 is very significant. As you can see, we have 3 viewers right now. That is very significant. What was it talking about? I don't know. Let's focus on the gym battle here. This shouldn't be that big a deal, right? We can probably do this. So far, so good. Gotenks 3 is level 45. Now we go into Buhan, which... I think it's Vegeta time. Oh, that actually go... It's explosion time! That didn't even take it out. You're gonna heal. I'm gonna use Wrath. Just see what it does. Oh, that doesn't do nearly enough. That doesn't do nearly enough damage. Let's see if we can Mark Punch. That's 1 Mark Punch. And then... You don't have Mark Punch. You have Mark Punch. Never mind. So... Fuck you. That does a shitload of damage. Holy hell, Bojack is actually really powerful. Hell, that is amazing. And Super Saiyan 3 Goku, because of course you do. You know what? Let's have big hair versus big hair. Let's do this. Yeah, sure, full power, but I'm gonna just... Oh, no. You're not gonna Genki Dama me. You know, you can't do that in Super Saiyan, actually. You specifically, like, every time Goku makes the Spirit Bomb, he drops out of Super Saiyan. Before, when he throws it, he goes back into it. But when he makes it, he specifically drops out of Super Saiyan every time. Anyway, that's been Roshi's gym. We haven't quite made it all the way to 45 with our entire team. But most of our team has, so let's give you the turtle suit. I'm sure Frieza would be very happy to wear Goku's gi. Very happy for it. And we're going to go to... You can say no, but we're going to go to it because Broly. And walk through this entire thing. I don't care. So, can we just... Hold on. This is the island where we... You don't need to teach somebody surf. You don't need to teach somebody surf to actually surf. You just need to have the badge. And then... You don't need to have anybody with surf. Why is surf even still an HM? Why can you even still get surf? I guess it's also a decent water type move. Or a pretty good water type move, matter of fact, actually. Oh, that is... Hello, Krillin. That is mildly annoying. I thought the Shell Bell was the replacement, wasn't sure. I am mildly annoyed at the fact that I only now noticed that. I'm mostly annoyed at myself for not noticing, more so than the game for not telling me, because I'm sure the game told me. I'm sure the game told me. I just decided not to listen to it. Frieza Red Wrath actually doesn't seem that bad of an idea. Battle double kick, I dare say. We have plenty of fighting type moves on the team as is, so let's just use Wrath. Because that does seem very... that's the downside to it. Don't hurt yourself. Don't... You hurt yourself. You hurt yourself a lot. We're gonna be able to heal up Frieza soon enough anyway, so... It's not that big of a deal. And the Ozaru does seem to be decent enough at holding his own. And now outlevels Frieza, so by quite a decent margin actually. I'm gonna try to get to Broly today to finish off the streak. I'm an idiot. If you hadn't noticed yet, I am an idiot. I just ran right into them. Why did I do that? Because I used the speed bot, that's why. But just, again, ignore actually answering me for a moment here. It is possible to get through to those fighters without actually fighting them. It's really, really iffy to actually do that though. I guess Gotenks is the most powerful thing on my team at the moment because it's dealing disgusting... Hello, Bardock. It's dealing disgusting damage. I'm gonna look at Gotenks' special attack stat because I feel like... Probably should have seen that coming. I feel like it is ridiculously high. And we can still fuse him into Boo, which would make it even higher. So let's see. Gotenks... Its physical attack is actually higher. Its special attack is lower than Vegeta's, never mind. But Vegeta and Gotenks are both pretty much... I love the fact that a hot spring heals your Pokemon to full health. Are probably still both the number one and... Let's say shared number one of the team at the moment. I really want to fight any trainers if I can avoid it. I just want to fight Broly. Please tell me the strength puzzles have been removed. They have not. They very much haven't. And you are irrelevant. Okay, so we're going to have to teach somebody strength. Which I have? Question mark? I do. I was going to say. Probably everybody should be able to learn strength because this is based on Dragon Ball and the entire like idea behind Dragon Ball is people getting strong. But it seems fitting to give it to the Ozaru. So let's give it to the Ozaru. And let's avoid any other fights. Wherever possible. Damn it! A lot of these characters are probably gonna be a real issue. To be fair. It's just tedious, and we're running a bit short on time, because the stream is supposed to end in like 10 minutes. We're probably gonna go a little longer for today's stream, just because I do want to at least try to capture Broly. If it doesn't work, we'll try again at the start of the next one. But let's heal up Frieza first, which is something that, again, you do not expect to be saying too much. So far, Rock Smash. Still don't have Rock Smash. I don't know where you get Rock Smash. That was not it. Never mind. I was gonna say, that felt a lot easier than it usually is. A dire hit? Wait, do I need Rock Smash? No, I don't. Never mind. If I knew where Rock Smash was, by the way, I could freely move between Lavender and Vermilion. Not that it matters because I can do that with Fly now. It just still annoys me a tiny bit. Old Man in the Hot Spring. Okay, I'm gonna definitely forget that. Let's go into Ozaru. So, I'm gonna try to remind myself of that because I think it might be something we don't need... burps, sorry. I don't think we need it. Dabura gets Stone Spit, which can paralyze things. Okay. I think I didn't teach that to Dabura. So that is problematic. Oh, wait a second. I need to heal up at least Frieza. And let's heal up Ozaru as well. We might have a paralyze heal somewhere as well. We have a full heal. That's good enough. Yeah, Dabura could actually be very useful if he can paralyze things. It's not quite sleep, but paralysis is the next best thing for capturing purposes, and we're gonna need that. So maybe I need to get a high level Dabura as well. And this should lead me directly to Broly. After a strength puzzle, because there's always got to be a strength puzzle. Yeah, that is very specifically Z Broly. Okay, let's give this a shot. I've got about 30 or so capsules. No, Kakarot is not here. Vegeta is. Kakarot it's not. Broly's level 45. Okay. I don't know who we're going to yoink off the team for Broly's purposes. I guess Bojack maybe. Broly's special attack rate. Oh, that's not good. That's very not good. Death Beam? You can take another one of those, especially after that. Okay, now you can't take shit. We start chugging 25 capsules at your ass and see if you stick. That's what we do for the rest of this fight. It doesn't look like you will. If you hit yourself and kill yourself, I'm going to... Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. That was a practice run, okay? That was a practice run. Let's do that again. One more time. Start with a Death Beam. Throw in another Death Beam. You're at real low, nice HP. Start chugging capsules. You know what? I can just put on Bojack. And... Never mind, that's not going to really work out for me. I can't let you hit yourself in confusion. This is going to take forever to actually capture, because he's going to keep hitting himself. And he's going to keep killing himself. I got it! Okay, that was actually not that bad. I got supremely lucky. I got ridiculously lucky there, I think. I think that was probably the most lucky. I can't use that here. Okay, never mind. Can probably use it here though, right? Oh, I can't get into the PC system. Fuck. Well, I guess we're not putting Broly on the team yet. We'll see what we do with the Savvy Islands next time. We need to do like a thing or two. It's not that important. Yeah, no, that was really, really lucky because I'm assuming they have similar catch rates to Zapdos or Articuno Moltres, and I think usually those are at 3%. And it wasn't paralyzed. 3% at full HP, that is. So it would probably be like at most 10% catch rate at what it was at. Is my best guess. And I got it in like 5 capsules. So that's a pretty good rate. That is real lucky. And I would have gotten it eventually. Just like statistically speaking, I would have gotten it eventually. If the 10% estimation is about right. But due to the idea of him constantly being confused and then killing himself, that's what makes that fight very tricky to get right. So getting him that early, that easily is a huge deal. Super Broly is a pain as well. I do believe it. I do believe it. But we've got one Broly now, and next time we'll do the rest of the Savvy Islands just because that is a price we have to pay for getting Broly, is doing some bullshit side quest about a QAnon Hypno. That point, I was trying to avoid a word for the YouTube algorithm, then I realized saying that other word I just said probably also is bad for the YouTube algorithm, and it's just a live stream vault, so it's not really going to do that well anyway in like recommendations and stuff, so it doesn't matter too much. We have to deal with a thing or two next episode on the Savvy Islands, and then we'll be facing Pilaf and making our way to the Elite Four, where we will not be catching Moltres, because that's what we did here. And then we can do post-game stuff. We'll actually be able to do a decent amount of post-game stuff, because we've got 5 streams of this month, and I use the speed button quite a lot. Hypno is Yakon. I think I already have a Yakon, so that doesn't matter too much. I was walking in here to check. I think if I... Hold on a moment. I think if I go to a different island, the PC system is actually active on other islands, right? It's just not available, period. Just not available at all. So I need to do this entire side quest before I can... This is why I don't like the Savvy Islands, now I remember. It's a waste of time and you can't switch your Pokemon around at fucking all. See you back next week. It's been a good one. It's legitimately been a fun stream. I'm gonna save, actually, because if I forget that, I will be upset with myself. Does Broly have a Super Saiyan or only the Legendary Super Saiyan immediately? Because in the movies, in the first movie, he shows that like normal Super Saiyan hair for a moment, but it's blue because shading. Or he's Super Saiyan Blue, that also is a possibility. It's not. And then in like the second movie, he is like normal golden hair Super Saiyan before he goes to Legendary Super Saiyan. And in the Broly movie, obviously, you've got the Wrathful, and then Super Saiyan, and then Legendary Super Saiyan, which a lot of people don't actually realise that when Broly goes Super Saiyan in the Broly movie, when Paragus dies, that is normal Super Saiyan, and then when him and Gogeta break through the dimensions, which, man, if you don't know this movie or this series, this sounds really out there and nerdy, and it kind of is. That's when he turns Legendary Super Saiyan, because he bulks up a lot more and his hair goes green. But before that, he's normal Super Saiyan. Anyway, something, nerdy stuff. See you next week. I'm glad to be background noise. That is my main motivation in life, being people's background noise. Because if you're background noise, you get watch time.